Fellow citizens, today we come together to call for a reawakening of global citizenship and civic action to build a future of politics together. 25 centuries ago, democracy was born on the hilltops of Athens. In 1776, Thomas Jefferson proclaimed, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal," as the United States was born. And in the aftermath of World War II, the United Nations was established as members stated, "We, the peoples of the UN, determined to promote social progress and better standards of life and larger freedom, and for these ends to employ international machinery for the promotion of the economic and social advancement of all people." Every generation in every era has risen to react to a new state of affairs. The ancient Greeks with the creation of a new city, the American revolutionaries after the fight for independence, and nations worldwide scarred in the aftermath of war. Throughout history, groups of people came together to seek a better way, to imagine different possibilities, and go through the grind of real action with the hope of taking humanity forward. And today, as we step into the beginnings of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, we must come together to understand what these new challenges will be and what will arise. In many ways, this is the beginning of the journey. And it starts here today on a building site in this part of the world called East London, a place of constant change, the place I grew up in, and the place I call home. The developments of these docks at the turn of the 18th century created new industries and livelihoods, as we can see the legacy of when you look out these windows. It literally transformed the landscape. This place was an artery of trade. Every day we saw teas and spices, indigo and silk and Persian carpets exchanging hands. Fast forward 200 years to this moment right now, we gather at the summit to exchange ideas and to build a new politics initiated by yourselves, political entrepreneurs and global citizens. As you all know, our world today is being completely transformed and shifted by the Fourth Industrial Revolution. First came steam power, then came mass production, next automation, and now we have cyber-physical systems. In this digital era, we face exponential challenges caused by exponential technologies. In the last couple of decades, a large proportion of jobs in the USA have disappeared due to automation. And it is predicted in the next 15 years that unemployment in some parts of the world could reach up to 50% or more. New forms of work in the gig economy provide flexibility to employers and employees, but we've already seen drivers striking against global technology companies calling for fair wages and employee rights. New hacking and trolling techniques are being used to interfere in elections worldwide. Fake news distorts the truth. Unicorn companies are creating new power structures and monopolies where our data is treated as gold. And there are new renewed questions about the implications and the ethics of the wider use of artificial intelligence. Politically, with all of these developments, we have seen a cry for change, for an alternative and for something new. In New Zealand and Iceland recently, two young women of the left have recently risen to lead their countries. In Austria and the US, we have seen two leaders of the right promising stability and protection for the respective nations. Today, we call for every political actor, whether you be a politician, civil servant, or global citizen, to take up the challenge of responding to the Fourth Industrial Revolution. We welcome the politically homeless to our community, and we invite those with political homes a space to work above party lines for the sake of common good. We, the Fourth Group, are not left, we are not right, we are forward toward a better future for humanity. And to build this new politics together, we need what we believe are the four pillars to build this new politics. Number one, a global community of organized thinkers and doers like each and every one of you here today in this room and people listening online. Two, we need new technology to improve the political processes. Three, we need policies which work for all in this new set of affairs. And fourth and finally, a new philosophy to guide the political and technological decision making in this new age. These 4 pillars are what we, the fourth group, are starting to develop, and we invite you to join us as we establish these foundations. This will take time to build, but what better time to start than now? Our thesis is that for the first time ever, given that a significant amount of people around the world can now communicate and connect and organize online, we have reached a tipping point where citizens can come together and organize around a common agenda. It will take strong leadership, a nuanced understanding of the issues at hand, a shared responsibility for future generations, a committed belief in the cause, a real sense of urgency, and civic action on a global scale for this real change to happen. Let's build this future politics now and together. Thanks.